What's up everybody, I'm Brian from I Want Tesla, and today I've got a really cool product. It's right over here. It is a new screen from Hansshow, and you know I've done a lot of these screens before in the past, but this one is a little different. Right over on this side, inside here, is a spot for a SIM card, 4G SIM card. Now you don't have to hook your phone directly to this for data. So my only question is, how do we do that? How do we use it? Because it looks like there is a SIM card in there already or something there. I'm not positive. So there is a USB-C port as well that you can use, but this gets over-the-air updates. In fact, where's the card? So this device has 4G, it has Android Auto, has GPS, Bluetooth, has speed display, has actually 3 different displays that you can go through. It has battery display, gear, which there's only 1 gear. And what the really cool thing is, you can have navigation right on the screen here, and you have a front camera. This one supports a front camera, which is really cool. I'm super excited for that because I loved that before on the first version of this. As you guessed it, this is from Hansshow, and we're going to install it today in the Model Y. I've already gone over, and there's been so many videos of people installing these things. They go on the same way. You run a wire over to the autopilot computer, and it's the gray connector. It's a really hard connector to get to, and then you just bolt it down. The directions are really easy from Hansshow, so really, I'm going to install this. I'm going to show you how to install the front camera and how to route that, or how I would route that. What are the benefits of this? What should you get this, or should you just get the CarPlay one? That's a little bit cheaper, has less functions, but it's a little smaller as well. So this is a little bit bigger. Let me go grab the other one, show you the different sizes. So here is the original screen. It looks a lot like the other one. This one was kind of slow, a little laggy, had the USB port on the side, and huge bezels. But this is the new one. And this is the new one. You see them together. Look at the difference in the bezels. And this is a little bit smaller. The screen is actually about the same size. It's just the bezels are quite a bit different. So it's not going to block as much of the heater or the air conditioner. But this one is just the CarPlay one, and it's quite a bit smaller. You see the difference, and this one just does CarPlay or Android Auto, or just a speedometer heads-up display kind of thing. But this one's going to give you a lot more features and a bigger screen. You can't go wrong either way. Right now there's huge savings on these things, so you might as well get one, whichever one you like. But I'm going to go over this one. This one's just CarPlay and Android Auto, so you already know what that is. There's a lot more benefits to this one, so I'm going to put this in, and then I'm going to show you how it turns on and everything, and show you some of the features of it. And if you're not comfortable doing the install yourself, there's plenty of places all over the world that will install these things for you, and all the Hansshow stuff. Or get with a couple friends who want the same stuff and install them all together. You know, everyone come over to your house and install them. But little tip: work on your friend's car first, and then you learn a bunch before you get to yours, and yours will be a lot better. But it's really not hard to install. Alright, so now we're back home after playing with this for quite a little while here, and is this for everyone? No, none of these screens are for everyone, and you don't really have to have this, but I think it does make your life a little bit easier in the car, because the one screen, yes, we're used to it, and yes, we can get by with it, but it is nice to have some other features up there. Not everyone likes that, but that's why there's options, and some people do like that. Coming from a non-Tesla, you're used to a screen right in front of you, and a lot of people like that. So that being said, is this screen best for you? Well, if you're someone in a hot climate, then no, because this is going to block a lot of the vents coming towards you. And every time I do videos like this, I do get a lot of comments from people like in Texas and Florida, and saying, how much does this block the vent? And this is a big screen. It will block the vent. But if you're in a colder climate, it's not going to matter. The heat's still going to come around it. But a lot of people like that wind right on their face. So if you want some kind of screen, I mean, Hansshow sells all these screens. There's so many different options. So they do sell a 3-inch screen that just shows your speed, your battery percentage, your turn signals, things like that right up there, and it's really hidden. I like that display. It's really cool, but a lot of people like features. A lot of people like having the data and the over-the-air updates, and having not having to hook up to your phone all the time for a Wi-Fi hotspot to see the data. So that's what this one's for. This is for that, having all that data right on the screen all the time. Now, if you're someone that just uses CarPlay, then the cheaper screen. I think it's retails for $400, and right now there's sales on everything at Hansshow. You can get that screen. It tethers to your phone, uses Android Auto or CarPlay, but it doesn't have that front camera like this one has. Now keep in mind, the SIM card you're going to have to pay extra for monthly through your cellular provider, but it has some benefits to it. Just go to Hanshow's website. I'll actually list all of the screens available in the description down below so you can see them all, I guess from largest to smallest. And of course, use my code. You save tons of money at Hansshow. The installation is very easy, and I don't think you can go wrong with any of the options. Okay, so a couple differences. There's a little bit more wiring, so I'm bringing everything across over to here, and then there's a 4G bar that goes up front here. I just wedged it up front in front of the VIN number. It doesn't cover the VIN number. I'm going to tuck the wire here and down into here. And then on this side over here is the GPS signal. So the little GPS puck that needs to see the GPS. So I have it underneath this mesh here. To remove this mesh to get it underneath there, you need to pop this off, which is really easy. Just pop here, and then this slides out, and then I just fed it through there, and then it has it running over to here. There's also the video cable along with the other wires. So everything has to run to the center here, so you can hook everything up to the screen, and then we're going to hook everything up. So then we go to the autopilot computer, which is underneath there, and then you see the red and the black wire. We do have to go through there into the frunk to get to the battery, and then also the blue one, we have to take that all the way to the front to get to the front camera. Sounds like a whole lot, but it's really not that difficult. You just have to take your time. It really depends how neat you are and how much wires you want to see and how much you want to do. But again, get some friends together, batch these things out, and do like 3 or 4 of them in the driveway, and you can do the process, and it goes so fast. It goes really fast. If not, again, there's places all over the place that will install this, but get it now while the savings are there. So I ran the power wire through here, and I have the positive and negative here that will go to the battery. And if you're worried about what can be hooked up to the battery, yeah, I got you covered. I got a lot hooked up, and I've had a lot more hooked up to it before, and this thing draws a lot of power. This cord right here goes to the front camera, and that's what we're going to work on here. I'm going to attach the front camera there, and I'm going to try to squeeze the wire through here. Try to get the wire down in here without taking the frunk out, because that's a pain. The way I have this set up. I'd like to set this up differently, where I mount this over here, so then I don't have to worry about the lines. But right now, we have to. So I'm going to hook up the camera way down there. That way I'm going to be able to see, once you slow down to 10 miles an hour or under, the front camera can turn on like you're in a parking lot to see where the curbs are, so you don't hit anything, which is really cool. Or you can get really close to things. Now that Tesla is getting rid of the parking sensors, this camera is really nice. Well, with the frunk out of there, it's just 4 bolts really. You can fish the wire through and pop it out right here. That's where I did. I'm going to tape this up, pull this back through, screw this right into place, and then tidy up the wires and put this back down. All right, so I've hooked up the power wire and the negative wire to the battery, and then ran everything through, hooked up the camera. So let's get in the car for the first time. It's ready for us. And let's see what the startup animation looks like. All right. No real startup animation, but you see, as we close the door here, that is really nice. I really like the look of this. So this is going to be the first drive, taking this out, see how the GPS and the 4G works together. I really haven't set anything up really, and let's just see how it goes. See how the screen looks at nighttime. We can scroll through. So if I want to see the front camera, actually if we're driving slow, it's going to pull up the front camera, and this is how the front camera works. So we can really see as we're getting close to something. This is really nice. I do like that. And it stays on for a little bit as you back up. So you can always scroll to that. Shows you the horsepower on the right side, the miles an hour on the other with the odometer. pulls up, and there's different sensitivity you can set up for that front camera, but as you start driving, it's going to go away and go back to the main screen. So the other cool part about this screen is it mimics what's on your screen. So the blue flashing as you're driving in autopilot, the hands on the wheel, it allows you to see that right in front of you, directly underneath where you're looking out the windshield. So I think it's a safety thing as well, getting one of these screens. So all right, so I finally got the SIM card into the device, and it's kind of awkward. So you probably should get the SIM card and then put it in before you install this. That way it's there. But I activated a SIM card through AT&T. So that's one of the good things about this. I know a lot of people ask me can they use the car hotspot for devices like iPads and stuff for kids or laptops and things. This device you should be able to. But we're going to find out. Through AT&T anyway, through my account for a SIM card was $25 a month. So that plays into whether you want this or not. But let's go check out some of the features. Well, there's not much glare. I'm using this to control everything. So as you're driving, you're going to see your speedometer over there, your horsepower. You can actually change these if you want to. You just hold left and it pulls up different menus. So you can have the different ones here. I mean, it really depends on what you like, and then we just go left, or I'm sorry, we just swipe right to see that. And now you see a graph instead of numbers, which is some people like. It's a little bit brighter. Down here is your LTE signal. This is your Wi-Fi signal, your Bluetooth settings, and over-the-air updates. That's great about this part. You're not using your phone data, but you have over-the-air updates for this. If we scroll up, you can go into the car settings, and again we go right to get into those, and then you can see all those different settings you can go into. So if we go to network, we go right, we can see hotspot. So we'll check out this to see if that is a hotspot. If we scroll forward, you can see the applications. So if you swipe to the right, you can see all the applications. So this has Google Chrome, navigation on it. You do have YouTube, so let's click YouTube and see if we can play something, because we do have a SIM card in there. It has internet. I'm not tethered to my phone at all. Not sure how to, let's, do we just touch it? And it looks like we could just touch it. So I have not hooked up to the car yet. And you can actually, if you hook this up to the car, so if you hook the video up to the car, you can actually watch video and listen to it through the car radio, or you can listen to it through here, and you can actually like videos. Wow. So this is a touch screen. So this is going through YouTube Shorts here, and interesting. If you're one of those people that we're going to read about in the papers that you got in a car accident because you're watching TV, just, it's visible for cops. If they're driving next to you, they'll be able to see this. It's on you. I told you not to do it. So now the other thing for me that I'm not a big fan of on this is, well, I use CarPlay a lot, so technically this isn't perfect for me. I mean, it has CarPlay in there, but I really can use my phone to tether. I don't need a SIM card in this for CarPlay. But the screen is big. I'm tall. I'm not sitting low in this. I mean, the seat's low, but I'm not sitting super low in the seat. So I do have to lift my steering wheel up from where I had it before, just to see the whole screen. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind with a larger screen like this. A small screen, the other one that does CarPlay, is a little bit smaller, and you don't have to have the wheel up as high, especially if you're a tall person. So there's many different reasons and drawbacks to all products, really. There's no product that is perfect for every single person. That's why there's so many different products out there. And again, that's why Hansshow has them all. So check out the link down below. Use code I1Tesla, save tons of money. Install this and get your SIM card. Get your SIM card ready and put it in beforehand, because it goes in the side there. Keep in mind, the gold section of the SIM card, the data side, faces the front of the car as you're sliding it in. Other than that, I think you'll enjoy it. As always, stay awesome, stay positive. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.